This is a fairy tale for children, and for those who have grown older. Only where you are happy and free and met with gentle hearts can truly be called home. Once upon a time, there was a woman who longed for a tiny child. So she went to consult a witch. The witch said,
"Take this grain of barley, plant it in a flower pot, and soon you will see what you desire."
So the woman returned home, NYPD, and planted the grain of barley in a pot. Soon, a beautiful big red flower grew. It looked very much like a tulip.
This is a very beautiful flower.
But just as she was kissing it, the flower suddenly popped open. In the very center of the flower sat a tiny girl, looking fair and sweet. She was not even half as long as a thumb, so people called her Thumbelina.
Thumbelina.
Thumbelina's cradle was a shiny, beautiful walnut shell. Her mattress was made of blue-violet petals, and her blanket was made of rose petals. During the day, she played on the table. On this table, the woman had placed a plate with a circle of flowers around it. Thumbelina could sit on the petals and use a white horsehair as a paddle, rowing from one side of the plate to the other. It was truly delightful. She could also sing, and her songs were so gentle and sweet that no one had ever heard anything like them before. One night, while Thumbelina was sleeping in her bed, an ugly toad hopped in through the window from outside. The toad was big, ugly, and slimy.
"This little girl would make a fine wife for my son,"
said the toad. With that, she seized the walnut shell in which Thumbelina lay asleep, jumped out through the window, and swam away to a wide stream. The toad lived there with her son. Oh dear. Her son was just as ugly as she was. Croak, croak, croak. That was all he could say when he saw the beautiful little girl. The old toad said,
"We shall place her on a broad leaf of a water lily in the stream. She is so tiny that the leaf will be like an island to her, and she will have no way to escape. Meanwhile, we will repair the fine house down in the muddy bottom, where you are fair like a view, where you two shall live together in the future."
Thumbelina sat alone on the green leaf and could not help crying, for she did not wish to live with a hateful toad. Some little fish swimming in the water heard her sobs. They gathered together around the stem that held up the leaf, and with their teeth, they bit through the stalk, so that the leaf drifted away with the current, carrying Thumbelina far, far away.
I'm free.
The leaf drifted to a place the toad could never reach. At last, Thumbelina was carried far away into a foreign land. The little birds in the sky saw her and sang, "What a beautiful little girl!" Suddenly, a great cockchafer came flying by. He saw her at once, seized her slender waist with his claws, and flew away with her up into a tree.
"You'll stay here. You're so beautiful, even though you don't look like a ladybug at all."
All the cockchafers who lived in the tree came to visit. The lady cockchafers shook their antennae and said,
Oh, she has only 2 legs. How ugly that looks.
When everyone said she was ugly, and he no longer wanted her, he flew down with her from the tree and set her upon a daisy. There she wept bitterly, because she was so ugly that even the cockchafers would not have her. All summer long, poor Thumbelina lived alone in the vast forest. She wove a tiny bed from blades of grass and hung it beneath a large burdock leaf so that the rain would not fall upon her. She took honey from the flowers for food, and her drink was the dew that gathered on the leaves every morning. Summer and autumn passed in this way. Now came the long, cold winter. The birds flew away. The trees and flowers withered. And she shivered with cold. She wandered near the edge of the forest and came upon a large wheat field that had long been harvested. At last, she arrived at the door of a field mouse's home.
You poor little creature.
Said the field mouse.
Come to my warm house. You can stay with me and spend the winter here.
Thumbelina cleaned, cooked, and told stories to the field mouse every day. She lived happily. One day, the mole came to visit. He had dug a long tunnel from his own house to the field mouse's home. When he saw Thumbelina, he asked her to sing.
Golden beetle, fly away. For you, I'll sing.
Her voice was so beautiful that the mole could not help falling in love with her. He, field mouse, and Thumbelina took a walk through the tunnels he had dug. There, in the shadowed passage, Thumbelina saw a swallow lying on the ground, frozen to death. At night, Thumbelina softly crept out of her bed, took a blanket, and went to the swallow. She covered his whole body carefully. The warmth brought the frozen swallow back to life. She carried water to him in flower petals and gave him to drink. The swallow stayed there through the entire winter. Thumbelina cared for him dearly and grew very fond of him. The mole and the field mouse knew nothing of this, for they did not like the poor, lonely swallow at all. When spring arrived and the sun warmed the earth once more, the swallow came to say goodbye to Thumbelina. He asked her if she would like to leave with him. She could ride upon his back, and together they could fly far away to the green forests beyond. But Thumbelina knew that if she left in this way, the field mouse would feel great sorrow. Then farewell, you kind and lovely little girl, said the swallow. And with that, he flew up toward the sun.
The wedding date has been set.
He is rich and well learned.
Said the field mouse.
You will be happy.
But Thumbelina wept and said that she would not marry the hateful mole.
Nonsense.
Cried the field mouse. He is a very respectable gentleman, and you shall marry him. Do not be stubborn, or I shall bite you with my white teeth. Thumbelina now had to prepare her wedding clothes. The mole hired spiders to spin and weave for her while day and night. Every evening, the mole came to visit her once. He was always grumbling that when summer was nearly over, the sun would no longer be so hot. And then he would marry Thumbelina. Now the wedding was to take place. She was to live with him, deep beneath the ground.
I'm going to say goodbye to the sunlight.
Farewell, she said, stretching her hands up toward the sky. If you should see the little swallow, I beg you to give him my greetings. Ah, it's you, the swallow. Take me away. I do not want to live beneath the ground.
Fly with me, you sweet Thumbelina.
The swallow flew up into the sky, over forests, over seas, high above the mountains. At last, they reached a warm land. The swallow flew down and set Thumbelina upon a broad flower petal. Thumbelina was filled with happiness. Just then, a tiny little man appeared. He was the angel who lived within the flower. He asked her for her name and asked whether she would be willing to be his wife. Then she would become the queen of all the flowers. Thumbelina said to the prince, "I do."
And you are so beautiful. From now on, we will call you Maya.